Do you want my call or want me to? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Today's teams out onto the field, the Rockdale Ilinden and SB Raiders. Lineups for today for Rockdale: number 21, Ronan Mulgrew; number 2, Hunter Elliott; number 3, Lachlan Griffiths; number 4, Rio Kunimoto; number 5, Giorgio Esperanza; number 7, Ollie Wigan; number 8, Jerry Skadatis; number 9, Moody Najjar; number 10, Brendan Chalakian; number 11, Lachlan Constable; number 22, Harry McCarthy. On the bench we have number 1, Levi Kay; number 6, Isaac Denzo; number 16, Michael Barszewski; number 19, Dean Jobchevsky; number 15, Stefan Simonovsky; number 40, Adam Camille; and 66, Matthew Cordier. For SB Raiders, number 1, Michael Figuera; number 4, Cooper Flanagan; number 5, Jet McHugh Shaw; number 6, Lachlan Everett; number 8, James Gianni Letta; number 10, Luca Knezovic; number 12, Lachlan McGrath; number 18, Charlie Ragg; number 19, O'Reilly Cox Barlow; number 21, Sebastian Malfara; number 37, Robert Erebugu. And on the bench we have number 7, Michael Marchich; number 9, Jakob
Hello all and welcome here to the National Premier League Men's Round 19 fixture between Rockdale Ilinden and SD Raiders. We welcome you all here from a beautifully weathered Sydney for this clash between 5th place and 12th place here at the heart of Sydney's south at an iconic National Premier League's stadium. The weather clearly getting the best of the football in the opening minute or so. And Rockdale Ilinden are coming off a 2-1 win against Blacktown City. Blacktown City did win last night 2-1 against the Sutherland Sharks as well. Whilst SD Raiders are coming off a 1-1 draw to Sydney Olympic midweek. SD Raiders have never beaten Rockdale when they have been in the top flight of the National Premier Leagues here in New South Wales. So they will do what they can to try and muster up a win here at a very solid Rockdale Ilinden side. Just a reminder, the 2026 Football New South Wales theme of homegrown took full display here today when the Socceroos played against Turkey. Many players have played at this ground. They have now ended up winning against Turkey, like the likes of Paul Ocon-Exler, head coach Tony Popovic, and Matty Ryan, who didn't play today, but is a staple of Australian Socceroos footballing history. And Eddie Mughal there wins a foul for SD Raiders. Eddie Mughal, his first season at the club, coming from the Radulmi Lions, where he had a prolific stint there, loves a goal or two, and hails from South Sudan, and is now applying his trade back in the National Premier League's one on the main stage. That was Lockie Everett there, clearing the ball, trying to get SD Raiders a chance to get themselves into the front foot. Lots of slides going on already, and that was the header there from Ollie Wigan. Rockdale continue with the ball now. Hits Hunter Elliott. The whip in. Not bad. But it's deflected out from James Letta, the captain. He didn't want to let that ball go into the back of the net there, and it's James Letta with the brilliant defending there. And it is now a goal kick. SD Raiders now playing comfortably with the possession here. And it's just the little knock there from Jerry Scotadis there. SD Raiders here trying to find an opportunity to get themselves on the front foot. Cleared away finally there from Rockdale Ilinden. Here's Rockdale now continuing to attack. Here's Jerry Scotadis, who joined midway through last season from the Sutherland Sharks. Rockdale Ilinden promising attack, but is finally cleared away from the SD Raiders. Both teams scoring approximately 63% of their matches, so that's a very decent success rate, and we're hoping to for that to stay true this evening and bring you guys some goals after a emphatic win from the Socceroos. SD Raiders to start us off once again with Jet McHugh Shaw. Goes straight into the chest of Nezovic, who wants to forget about his last game. He got subbed off early and scored an own goal from trying to pass it back into the keeper that fell into his own net. That ultimately led to a 1-1 draw at against Sydney Olympic. That was Lockie Everett there, former Inter Lions and Sutherland Sharks midfielder, now applying his trade for SD Raiders. Fun fact about him, he used to also play for Wigan Athletic in the English leagues of football. The switch is on for Eddie Mugo, but it was read there emphatically there by Hunter Elliott, and it goes straight back to Hannigan. Touchdown there from Knezovic, headed away from Rockdale Ilinden, but not dealt with yet. Cleared away by Griffiths, and it's Shalakian trying to apply the press there, the captain of Rockdale. And no foul as Hunter Elliott just throws the ball in for Rockdale, and it's some linkage there between Wigan, but it looks like Eddie Mugo got hit there hard on the back, and we hope that he's okay for his name's sake. Done the right way. The captain, James Letter, just having his say to the referee, which is the way we want it, just the captains and the referees having a chat rather than a full stampede. And it is Ronan Mulgrew who gets us underway. Rockdale Suns have lost their talisman Alec Urasevsky to the Bankstown City Lions, and they've got themselves a new one in Mudi Najad, number 9 up top. Former professional footballer, has played in South Korea, has played here in the A-League for Melbourne City and MacArthur as well, and is the 4th top goal scorer in the National Premier Leagues this season with 9 goals. So, not the numbers that Urasevsky has had, but Rockdale Ilinden have got themselves a new number 9. Who is still being effective. Here's Shalakin, the number 10, former Sydney Olympic, Manly United footballer with almost over 100 games here at Rockdale Ilinden. I did a video with the Sun squad last year on my YouTube channel. Check it out, Mavro Productions. A penalty shootout challenge, and Brendan Shalakian absolutely smashed it and beat everyone. Just shows his class. But here's Rockdale class. Oh, and it's a corner kick there. It's Giorgio Speranza winning his side a corner. And it's going to be a corner now. Here's Shalakian to take. Can whip in some sauce, some mustard, tomato sauce into this one. He did score in the 2-1 victory last week as well, but that goes straight into the behind where the construction site is. And the goalkeeper will start us off for SD Raiders. It's Michael Figueira. It goes out to Captain James Letter. It's brilliantly headed down there from Rio Kunimoto, who has his first season here in Australia. Has actually won the Singaporean Premier League, which he won in 2022. So Rockdale Ilinden getting plenty of enforcements after losing Blake Ricciotto, Alec Urasevsky, Ollie Parfitt, many of their key players, and have gotten reinforcements from not just the Aussie shores, but overseas as well, as Jeris Katathis there concedes the foul. Not best pleased with the decision, and it's going to be an SD Raiders free kick. It's going to be Sebastian Malfara to take this one, the man with Uruguayan and Argentinian background. So don't know who he'll be supporting in this World Cup. Let's see if he can whip it in. It's whipped in. Headed out for Jedis Cortales, the man that conceded the foul. Lockie Everett trying to touch this one down, and can confirm His pre-match meal is a chicken toasted sandwich, and I have checked with him. He has indeed had his chicken toasted sandwich. So let's see if that affects the way he plays tonight. Here is the SD Raiders. It's Jet McHugh-Shaw clearing that one. I don't know if he's trying to hit us, but it's come all the way back to Rockdale. Here's Skotadis. Bit of a tug of the shirt there from the number 10, Knezovic. And here is SD Raiders with a spell of possession. Charlie Ragg gets pushed down onto the floor, but it's play on, says the referee. And it comes to Rockdale Suns now. And it comes back to Lachlan Griffiths. Goes all the way back to the keeper now for Rockdale City Suns. Wonderful spell of possession here. Here is Rockdale City Suns trying to find something here. Ryo Kunimoto out wide. The man hailing from Japan. There is Lachlan Griffiths now. Another first timer here. Rockdale Ilinden have got more reinforcements. This time from the National Premier League. He's coming from Marconi Stallions. And it is a battle between Ollie Wigan and Lachlan McGrath there. And SD Raiders have themselves a goal kick. Looking to restart from the back. Ball playing centre back. They must well get that from their... a lot of the centre backs, the defenders at SD Raiders said they do love Sergio Ramos, so that's probably where they get the ball playing defensive sides of it from. Chested down. Here is Shalakian. Trying to find the number 9 target man, Mudi Najjar. But here's Shalakian now. It's beautifully passed there from McCarthy. Out wide now to Shalakian. That the man is everywhere. He might not be tall in stature, but he's definitely tall in his footballing prowess, and he's dominating the midfield so far here for Rockdale Ilinden. But it's been intercepted by SD Raiders. Wondering what the SD stands for, that Southern Districts. They play out at Ernie Smith Reserve at Moorebank. The girls are playing at 5:30. That was the original game. That was going to be caught on, but duty calls send you everywhere, and I'm proud to be bringing it to you. Christos Mavastakis here at Ilinden Sports, Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. At the heart of West Botany Street in Rockdale, one of the most multicultural suburbs in New South Wales and Sydney. And it just comes straight off the back of Letta, just letting it roll off his back. It's a beautiful throw there from the goalkeeper, Figs. That's what they call him. What they call him at SD Raiders. Comes all the way back again. Lots of involvement here for the fullbacks. McHugh-Shaw now. That's Rag. Takes the shot. It's blocked there from Kunimoto. Here's Lockie Everett now. And here's McGrath. Urging to play the ball quicker, but instead goes back to the captain, James Letta. It's headed down. Here is Rockdale now on the attack with Constable. The idea was there, but what just wasn't executed there the way that Shalakian wanted it to, and it comes back to SD Raiders, who once again, I think it's the rain that is getting in the way of a lot of these passes. The synthetic field does hold up the pitch, but the ball will still be slippery and slide everywhere, and not do what the players want the ball to do. They're going to go out wide now to Hunter Elliott. And now here is Wiggins. Whipped in, trying to find a man in red and black, but instead they found the green and white. There's Let's Hunt now. Cleared away. Was going to go straight to the keeper, but was headed away. Finally cleared away there from James Letta. And they're going to bring it back now for a foul. Looking for the option now. SD Raiders try and get themselves on the front foot, get themselves a goal. The opening goal, set themselves up for the match. Goes all the way to Lachlan McGrath, who started every game this season, so he is the reliable centre-back at the back. He is his third season at the club. Loves Virgil van Dijk as well, so has some football knowledge there. And his pre-match meal is an El Jannah full chicken meal, so hopefully he got that at Cogra El Jannah before the game. There's Everett now, goes out wide. It's beautiful linkage there, but just just couldn't get enough sauce on that one there. Miss Charlie Rag. They might need a rag to clean up all the rain on the pitch, but I don't think it'll be enough. Here's Rockdale now restarting with Ronan Mulgrew. Goes all the way back to him now. Rockdale Ilinden, new name, and a lot of new faces on this team as they go out wide. And it was Wigan who just couldn't get the extra touch that he needed to set himself up. And it'll be Jet McHugh in his second season with the club, formerly of Wollongong Wolves and Blacktown City. Here's Eddie Mugo. Here is Ascotadis. He's been urged to drive, but instead he has done that. It's a beautiful pass. Shalakian almost extended his goal-scoring power there. And it looks like the Ilinden Collegiate are all here gathering the support in the wet for their side. What we love to see. We love to see people coming out and supporting their local football clubs. That's what keeps the cameraman, me, that's what keeps us all with a job to do at the end of the day. So appreciate you all coming out. And those watching at home, you guys are not forgotten either. Hopefully you all are rugged up by the fireplace with a hot chocolate or a popcorn, because this game has just started and so far it's shaped up to be a bit slow, but football is a game of 90 minutes and a game of 2 halves, so there's plenty more action to play and to come. And it's beautifully tackled there. That's why they call him the fridge. Because not only does he store the defense, but he locks up the food as well, which he just did right there. It's SD Raiders now with the attack. Here's Rig, trying to find something, been urged to clear, and it's just Riley Cox-Barlow with a bit of a shove there. Just, I think he's a bit discontent with what happened there. And it's Rockdale Ilinden once again to start us off. Here is Griffiths now. Gone out wide, looking for Ollie Wigan. Did not play in the last match that a bit of experience there for him overseas, playing for what I would assume is his boyhood club. So big dobro to that one. And it is a foul in a dangerous area. This game has been the game of fouls. And it looks like Shalakian is in a bit of discomfort here on the floor. It's a dangerous position though for Rockdale Ilinden, especially if Shalakian's on it. But I think it might be Mudi Najjar, who has trained with the Syrian national team and has represented Australia on a junior level. So he comes basking with experience. Shalakian stepping up. Looks like he's going to step up. Good to see him back on his feet. These players are semi-professionals. They have Monday to Fridays to get to as well, so we hope that all is okay for him, and it looks like it is. It's a good sight to see. Brendan Shalakian now to break the deadlock for Rockdale Ilinden and for this game here at the heart of Sydney South. Whipped in, Shalakian goes straight into the wall. Lockie Everett confused as to where the ball was. Shalakian still going. And it will be a goal kick. And it will be Figueira to start us off. Ronaldo is his favourite player, so I think we know what team he will be supporting in this year's World Cup, of course, with Australia. And I think the last name speaks levels as to why he loves Ronaldo. And here we go now with the Fridge McHugh Shaw. That's a brilliant switch over from the other side of the pitch. Calls for handball have been rinsed away, literally and figuratively. And that is Letta and Lockie Everett scanning the field very well, as a true centre mid does. SD Raiders now. That was Hannigan. That was his rig. Continuing now, and a foul has been conceded from Wigan with some wise words from Rockdale Ilinden, and the first yellow card has been shown to the game, and it looks like it's for Ollie Wigan. And the same three stepping over, you've got Sebastian Malfara and Luka Knezovic to step over this one. But I think Rig has having some discomfort with his leg. Here come the physios now. We want to also remind you once again, now that there is a bit of time, about, once again, Football New South Wales 2026 theme of homegrown in light of the FIFA World Cup, with plenty of homegrown talent coming from this very competition, including Matty Ryan, Paul Ocon-Exler, who had a great game today. Cammy Devlin from the Sutherland Sharks as well. Didn't play today for the Socceroos, but hey, he got to swap shirts with Messi, so Messi has touched the shirt of a man who has touched Rockdale Ilinden. So it all comes full circle here in football. And one way or another, Messi has seen the National Premier Leagues. And plenty to go at the World Cup, and also plenty to go here at Ilinden, Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. They were showing the Socceroos game here on the big screen as well, as was every New South Wales National Premier League side, to show their support for the Socceroos, and because without the Socceroos, these players don't have a pathway to represent their country and just represent Australia in football. Here is Malfara now, trying to find Eremugo, and it was lost to his Brendan Shalakian. Advantage being played by the referee, and it looks like he got plenty of room to run, but I think his run, it was just a tad overrun there. And I think Knezovic there has been carded. I'm not sure if that was for dissent or for the tackle that led to an advantage being played. And Rigg is back onto the pitch, which is what we love to see. We don't like to see injuries. And here is Jet McHugh Shaw. There he is. Rocking the armband on his right hand. Not sure what that's for. I'm not sure if he's trying to get some spidey senses into that or if that's genuine injury. That's the fridge that just cleared the ball straight out. And it's going to be Hunter Elliott now. Similar name to a pro footballer we all know in Harvey Elliott. And he's holding his own there. Lachlan McGrath up against the Mudi Najjar. He's not afraid that Mudi Najjar has plenty of footballing experience. He just did the job and did it properly. Here is Rigg now trying to find the square ball, but it's cleared away from Lachlan Griffiths, part of the inaugural Australian Championship last year with Marconi Stallions, and has now made the switch from Sydney's West to Sydney South in red and black. And a corner here for SD Raiders. Let's see what they can produce from this one. I think they're discussing on who's actually going to take it. Looks like it's going to be Jet McHugh, the fridge Shaw, to take this one. He was on the bench last game, so he's got the call up. He's got the call up into the starting 11 once again for this one. And so far, so good. Clean sheet so far. About to whip in a corner. Whips it in with some sauce, but it goes straight into the hands of Ronan Mulgrew, who rotates between first grade and under 20 as a goalkeeper, joining in 2024 from St. George. And he's an AC Milan supporter. So, join a team with the same colours as his favourite Italian team. And plenty of space here on this side, and it looks like it is going to come through to this side as it goes all the way out to Hunter Elliott, who's trying to help his side hunt for the first goal of the match. But you're not going to get a goal with an interception like that, which was brilliant there from McHugh Shaw. And it goes out wide now. Here is SD Raiders. Looks like that's Nezovic. Sorry, that was not Nezovic, that was Cooper Hannigan. Rockdale Ilinden now on the attack with Harry McCarthy. Shalakian. Oh, and it's been slipped away. Here it is, number 9. With plenty of space to run. Najjar squares it, and that is beautifully defended there from SD Raiders. They got 2 men in front of the ball on that one. Mudi Najjar almost made it 1-0 there for Rockdale Ilinden, and the supporters loved that too, as more of them are starting to show up here as the game continues to play. All of them trying to find a shelter, so you can notice that we're all sitting on the sheltered side. It's not empty, it's just sheltered, and there's plenty of people watching from inside the clubhouse too. It's going to be whipped in now for Rockdale Ilinden. It's whipped in now with precision. There's Eddie Mugo headed out. Whipped in, calls for a way. It's headed, but it's safe into their hands there from Figueira. It goes out now to Jet McHugh Shaw. Straight into Lockie Everett with the... Oh, and he's done a Stephen Gerrard there, who's actually his favourite player, Stephen Gerrard. But looks like they've recovered from that very well. And I'm a Liverpool fan, so saying that actually hurt, but we continue. Here is... It looks like that did come off Eddie Mugo, and a corner has been given. Robert Eddie Mugo rocking the same number that he wore at Right on Me. Looks like, I don't know what 37 has significance to, but what I think of 37, I think of Martin Skirtle. But we can also think of Robert Eddie Mugo now. So it's going to be a corner for Rockdale Ilinden. Just cleaning the ball, making sure that it's nice and ready for the corner that's about to be whipped in. And it looks like, I think that's the number 9, Mr. Mudi Najjar taking that one. We don't usually see number 9s taking corners, but here we are in National Premier Leagues, anything can happen. Here's Najjar, That's Brendan Shalakian. Takes the strike and it's deflected off Jet McHugh Shaw. The fridge keeping the snacks in the fridge so far for SD Raiders. He wants to make sure that his ice cream is safe, and so far it is safe. And that ice cream is the goalkeeper in the back of the net. Here is Mudi Najjar once again with the corner. The rain doesn't stop and the football doesn't seem to stop here as they go for more whippage in this one. Najjar. It's Figuera once again with another corner. And Najjar to take this one again, making it hard for Figuera. And here's Najjar. Hands up, corners coming in, looking for the first goal of the match. Same spot again, cleared away. Figuera couldn't get his full hands onto it, but cleared away. And there's a header, but he's straight offside there. Ryo Kunimoto could have got a goal down under there, and he was just offside. He's also played in his native Japan for Renofa Yamaguchi. So, speaking of Japan, the goalkeeper here, Figuera, does love sushi as a pre-match meal, so maybe he can have a chat about what his recommendations are with Kunimoto. Here is SD Raiders now trying to get something, but it's Wigan now. Thinks he can take on everyone. This game is getting highly intensive and lots of masculinity just coming out on the field. I think it's the best way to describe it. There's Figuera now. It's SD Raiders trying to get something. Lockie Everett with that extra push to give his side the throw in. And he's SD Raiders now continuing on the attack. And the referee has not given anything, but instead it's gone through to Eddie Mugo. Takes the touch, but I think the touch was just a bit too daft there. And it was Robert Eddie Mugo. He could have put his side straight into the lead there. He did score a late winner against NSW FC, and he scored 18 goals last season in League One for Raidumi. So when it comes to finishing it into the back of the net, he does know how to do that, but that was just the stubbornness from the Rockdale Ilinden defence to shut him down. That's McGrath. More hands from SD Raiders. I think there's been a lot of advantage being played by the referee here. Here's Shalakian. Goes out wide, trying to find Wigan, but it's the fridge who once again protects his snacks and clears the ball out. It's going to be a throw now for Rockdale Ilinden. For Hunter Elliott now. Who scored in 2 games this season that both came in the Australian Cup. Hoping to get a full 90. He did only get 90 minutes that time. And it's Wigan with the shot! And it comes Wigan with the shot, and it comes off the post. Ollie Wigan had a little bit of wiggling room and decided to take the shot, and it just whisked it off the post. Ollie Wigan, the number 7, back in the team sheet. Could have been back in the goal-scoring books there, but Figuera and SD Raiders can breathe a sigh of relief. That is still 0-0 in this highly contested and sought-after fixture between these two sides. Here is, and that was Rag there trying to do something for his side, who also rotates between under 20s and first grade with 5 goals to his name this season. It's a throw for Hunter Elliott. Headed out by the fridge. McHugh Shaw. Eddie Mugo versus Hunter Elliott, and it's Elliott that wins that one. Bit sloppy football there, but it's finally dealt with. It's Figueira, and he's just gonna let the ball go straight out, and he does so with ease, even though he had Najjar on his tail. Figueira, I think, urging his side to push forward to get an attack going here. Hoofed up now, trying to find Eddie Mugo and Wigan, but Wigan got a little bit of a head to that. An advantage has been played. Here's Knezovic now up against Griffith. Headed in now, and it's tapped away, but only as not. And it's Skordalis there, cleaning it up there. Knezovic with a beautiful cross. Here is Malfara looking for the switch and gets the switch. Here's Knezovic. I think the rain is just not letting them produce their finest of touches that they wish to have had. And he gets in front of Najjar McGrath, but Rockdale looking to counter. Here's Shalakian. That was Skadadis and Shalakian. And it is a free kick once again for SD Raiders. Skadadis has been involved in quite a few scuffles this game so far. Here's Knezovic to take this one. I think he stepped away from that one now. I think it's going to be Sebastian Malfara once again to take this one. He's been at the club for 9 years, so he knows his way around the SD Raiders. But it wasn't Malfara. He stepped away from it. It was Hannigan to take that one. Here's Shalakian battling against Lockie Everett. Shalakian not happy that he did not get the call. And same with the Rockdale Ilinden dugout. That's Elliott that goes all the way back to Figueira. They're both calling, saying that it's gone over, but it falls straight into Ilinden, Rockdale Ilinden. Shalakian being involved in a lot of challenges, which is good for him, putting his body on the line for his team. And it was Mulgrew who was trying to get more involved, but decided, I'm just going to leave this. I am the goalkeeper. And here is SD Raiders now, trying to find an opening, and we have 1 minute of additional time added on, and it's still 0-0. I've yet to commentate a game that has finished goalless, so hopefully that can stay the same when we see some goals. As Eddie Mugo deflated that pass did not go to the way that he wanted to. Robert Eddie Mugo has a lot of passion for the game. It's Rockdale Ilinden now. That was Kotadis who went back to Griffiths. Griffiths trying to find something. Oh, that was some lovely-dovey step-overs there from Wigan, and we're going to have another card being shown, and this time it's to Riley Cox Barlow. Who is another SD Raiders nomad. He's got 4 goals this season. Loves Wayne Rooney and Mick Smart Mills too. I think I don't blame him there. For $6.95 to get a meal, what else could you ask for? Other than goals in this game, which is what we're hoping for. But we won't get any this half, and the half-time score here is Rockdale Ilinden 0, SD Raiders 0. Brendan Shalakian having a word with the referee. Same with the SD Raiders captain, James Letta. Just trying to see what the go is. I think the best approach now is to just discuss it all in the 15 minutes that are to come. which we will see you back in. Don't forget to get more snacks. If the coffee is cold, make sure you heat it up, because the game is far from over here at Rockdale Ilinden. SD Raiders talking with each other on the pitch. They want it as much as Rockdale Ilinden too, and it is half-time here. It is 0-0, and plenty more to play for here. Do not go anywhere.
Headley has come over to the right flank to help out. Tay Headley skips around a defender, went to ground rather slowly. Don't have to convince the referee there was a foul. Lancaster, a bending ball and a header in.
An ex-Western Sydney Wanderer, Kyle Chimenti. It's Allen against Chimenti. And he slots it into the bottom corner and gives Sydney United the lead as they look. I may have said Rose, doing my best. There's no board here, so I'm having to do the count. Zanic, he's it out wide to Jennings. He's got Rule making the overlapping run. He goes to him. It's Carlos de Oliveira! Sydney United double their lead.
His last goal, in fact, in that 1-0 victory for the Raiders. Prendergast is under pressure. It's Knezovic! He does have goal number 3 of the season. We were just speaking about it. Scoring that late equaliser in that 1-1 draw at the Village Green. As Prendergast has been caught out off his line. Oh my word, what a strike!
And he finds Kuda. Kuda back again for Kaspers. Lovely overlapping run. O'Driscoll holding up down there in the corner. Kaspers with Kuda. Oh, he's taken a heavy challenge there, Michael Kuda. Down he goes. Free kick taken quickly. Referee says play on. Gonzalez steps inside, drives it in, and he's opened the scoring. Oscar Gonzalez from the quickly taken free kick there. Nicely. Just 1-0 for Appia Leichhardt. And here's Ortiz. Ortiz, can he get a touch inside the box? Ortiz is there. Oh, what a finish from Presley Ortiz. Absolutely fantastic.
Hollingdale's efforts up and over the wall. Fantastic effort from Riley Hollingdale. St. George can't buy a goal at the moment. This corner swung in. Rising header, and there it is! The much-needed goal for St. George. Battled Blacktown City. As here with Shueki. Not clear. Shueki finds the bottom corner.
Bring them any further towards goal. Foti. Oh, this is the moment. Pedersen! Beautifully timed ball, and Ewan Pedersen. Another effort long. Clarkson is up ahead of Tap. There were no blue shirts in the picture. A second bite, and the ball is kept alive by Tap Tap. Another net win for St. George City. It can't be long now. And a volley it through a Forest, and the big and the equaliser. Unbelievable!
Elliott finds Constable. He might try here. Flicks the ball up for McCarthy. Kept out the first time, but not the second. Right on the stroke of half-time. Mitch Malia looking to whip it in. Header from Grimaldi. Can't be denied that time, Travis Major. They kept away the initial header. Constable. McCarthy, originally deflected. Scortati's smart ball! And Chalakan buries it! And does he maybe?
Rockdale's dipping form. First Ješić with a chance, and Marko Ješić puts it away. It was a delight.
of this National Premier League Round 19 fixture between Rockdale Ilinden, who are starting us off with Brendan Shalakian and SD Raiders. It sits goalless as we come into the second half now. Both teams trying to open up the scoring one way or another, and I'm here to bring you the next 45 minutes plus additional time, hoping that it'll deliver. So strap yourselves in for a ride in Rockdale. Ball is cleared away and it looks like it's going to go all the way back to Ronan Mulder. As the rain continues to trickle down here in Sydney South. Here is Kunimoto. There is Giorgio Speranza, who is actually quite famous around the national Premier League scene. Giorgio Speranza has represented Australia in small-sided football. He headed to Cancun, Mexico in 2025 for representing the Sixeroos. Speranza. He was coached by Kevin Prince Boateng, who actually lives in Sydney now. So he lives up near Kellyville, and he's also the owner of Geo Football as well. Previously of Marconi Stallions and of Italian backgrounds, that would make sense why he's played for Marconi. The man that was just on the ball now has 4 goals this season, and he recently lost his grandfather. So the condolences go out to the Speranza family. He does run a big footballing academy, but there's also 2 other players that actually run footballing academies together here at Rockdale Ilinden too. So I'm not sure if they share clients or not, but Magic Touch Football with Mudi Najad and Lachlan Constable, they run that one together as well. And we continue now with SD Raiders, with a foul has been awarded to them. And it will be Figueira now to start us off. Let's see how he does with this free kick. He's urging his team forward. I think that's the best approach, as it still is 0-0. This game, both sides usually have a 63% goal rate in the matches that they do play in. So they know how both these teams do usually come with goals. So hopefully that we can produce that for you. They score in approximately 63% of their matches. For the actual stat for you there. Comes all the way back now. Here is James Letta, the captain, who's back in the starting 11. Started last game on the bench, and Lockie Everett was given the captaincy. Bit of strong words there from Charlie Ragg, who didn't receive the ball the way he wanted to. That's Kunimoto. He's native Japan. Is playing tomorrow against the Netherlands at 6 a.m. for the World Cup. So I'm sure he will be tuning in to that one attentively, as have we all in the World Cup, which is sparking the 2026 Football New South Wales theme of homegrown, where lots of National Premier League players are now playing in the Socceroos. Matty Ryan, Cammy Devlin, Paul Ocon-Exler as well, who had a brilliant game. Paul Ocon-Exler. They have all graced the National Premier League scene, and I'm sure have graced this pitch one way or another, when it wasn't synthetic or when it was an older synthetic. Either way, they definitely have stepped on this pitch. Cammy Devlin did grow up in the Sutherland Shire, which is only 10 minutes or so from him, and I had the privilege of interviewing him during his Senior C days on the Maverick Productions, my YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, go check that out. We're talking about fresh baby Cammy Devlin, and now he's a Socceroo who did jersey swap with Lionel Messi. So from the Sutherland Shire to National Premier Leagues to the Socceroos to Lionel Messi, that is the 2026 theme of homegrown, wrapped up in a few words. And we continue now with the football on the pitch, and that is Rockdale Ilinden against SD Raiders. So far, sitting goalless. That's Eddie Morgo. There's Shalakian, who wins that ball smartly using his experience. His 35 years of experience there. He's Kunimoto. There's Speranza. It's the ball not falling the way they wanted to, and Speranza capitalizes from that with and gives that's Najar. Speranza just knocks down Cooper Hannigan there. And just a bit of words exchange there between Cooper Hannigan and Giorgio Speranza. Cooper Hannigan was a crucial part of the squad that brought them back to NPL 1 and has started all but one game this season, which has been the case for the last 3 years. He has one goal in round 6 against St George City FA, and he's also trained with Watford. He said how Troy Deeney used to bully him at training, Cooper Hannigan there. He also loves Sergio Ramos too. I think that's why he's wearing the number 4. That's Cooper Hannigan there at the back for you. Now we focus as the throw comes into the centre of the pitch for Rockdale Ilinden. Comes back now, trying to find an opening here, Rockdale Ilinden, but SD Raiders being stubborn and precise with their defensive prowess. Goes back now to Kunimoto. The switch is on, but it's headed out. There was Rig Blaskodadis now. Rag, sorry. There's Kunimoto. Kunimoto, once again. His international professional footballing experience getting the best of him there. And they continue now. There's Skotadis. Referee gives advantage, but it is on SD Raiders' ball. And a foul has been given in the direction of SD Raiders. And it looks like Mudi Najad is the culprit there. Hoofed up there, trying to find Eddie Mogo, but couldn't get his foot to it. Got his foot, but not enough of it. And we have a throw in now for Rockdale Ilinden. As we're still trying to find the first goal, I've yet to commentate a goalless draw, so hoping that does not change. We love to see goals. That's what football's all about. It's about the goals. So hoping for more of that to come. I think both sides are going to try and bring in some reinforcements soon. SD Raiders have yet to beat Rockdale Ilinden in NPL 1, so SD Raiders could potentially make history here tonight. So let's see how that will spin out. That was Speranza. Flicked up to Hannigan, but it looks like the run was just timed a tad bit late there from Cox Barlow there. And let's see how Rockdale will capitalise on this one. Mulgrew going out to Kunimoto. Shalakian got the touch, but it's SD Raiders with the ball. They are trying to find Eddie Morgul was calling for that one. There's Knesovic. It's a battle, but Speranza wins that one. And it's brilliantly kept in there from McCarthy. Trying to find something there. He does find it, Constable, in Speranza. That's Shalakian, just gets his man off the ball. That's Skotadis. And it's a sprint battle there. And he made Figueira work there. The number 9 for Rockdale Najar. It's headed there from Mulgrew, using all parts of his body, from his legs to his hands to his head. And SD Raiders will continue from the back. There is Hannigan. That's Rag. And a foul has been given. More unwise words there from Hannigan. We apologise to any parents watching. I have no control what the players say. I can control what I say, but not what they say. But SD Raiders do have a free kick, and it will be taken by Jet McHugh Shaw, as they like to call him, the fridge, as we mentioned in the first half. So far, done well with protecting the snacks in the fridge, but now he's gonna he might have to unleash them for this one. It's not a bad delivery, but it's gonna go straight out on the wrong side of the net there, and it's Malgru there who goes out to Kunimoto. There's Skotadis. Speranza. Foot ball down there. Here's Rag. Esperanza just went in doubt. Using that footballing motto perfectly there. Here's Hannigan now. Still going, Hannigan. Putting the hustle in. There's Eddie Morgo cleared away. Leaping up like a tuna on a nice summer's day. Eddie Morgo. And we continue now with SD Raiders on the ball. There's Lockie Everett, who's looking to get more involved in this one in the centre of the park, the former Southern League Sharks and Inter Lions man. SD Raiders losing the ball. Shalakian giving it back to McCarthy. Shalakian absolutely turns Hannigan, and he's continuing to go, trying to find Najjar. The referee just urging the players to talk in a more respectful manner. I think that's a fair call. We understand how heated football can get, but at the end of the day, there's children around. Here's Speranza. There's Shalakian, and it is a foul in a dangerous area, and that is Hannigan, who has gotten himself involved with a lot of contests in this one. Shalakian on the floor once again, getting a hand from the referee. Shalakian using his size to his advantage in that one. And I think Najjar is going to just have some words to Shalakian, I think, and Shalakian's going to be the man to take. Let's see exactly what he'll do here. And it's Figueira just figuring out his war there. Can Shalakian deliver this in and finally get a goal in the books here for Rockdale Ilinden? What can be delivered? We are about to find out. It's going to be whipped in from Brendan Shalakian. Whips it in. Not bad there. It's really so Figueira. Shot back in, but it's cleared off the line. And that was Lachlan Constable. And the shot's on. The bounce was just not comfortable enough. And Figueira with the massive throw, and a counter-attack is on the cards here. And it's cleared away from Kunimoto. Shalakian with the emphatic slide, and we might be having a substitution. We will be having two substitutions for SD Raiders. It is Jakub Malbasa, another man hailing from Serbia, and Martin Fernandez. So Malbasa is actually the man that has played for Crvena Zvezda in Serbia, of Serbian descent, doing his cross before he comes on. Lovely to see that. And we have Martin Fernandez coming on as well, who was a 57th minute substitute last game, and it was his first season with the club, formerly of Marconi Stallions and the Blacktown City. 6 goals this season, and loves Neymar, and has scored against A-League opposition as well in Melbourne City. So get a similar amount of game time this time around and it is Knezovic coming off, and it will be Cox Barlow also coming off as the reinforcements come on. Here's Everett, who's got plenty of space to run, and I think SD Raiders did want to foul there, but Everett just gets straight back up as the man he is and continues on. Here's Everett, takes the shot, and it is brilliantly saved there from Mulgrew. Lachlan Everett unleashing his inner Steven Gerrard, but just could not capitalise on that, and a foul has been given against SD Raiders. And I think Cooper, and that is a yellow card for Cooper Hannigan. I think SD Raiders just frustrated that the call went the other way, that it seemed similar to the one a few minutes ago. And SD Raiders, it is the man at the back, Jet McHugh Shaw, urging his team that they need to lift. It's headed down beautifully there from Najjar, but Lockie Everett intercepts that. He's Eddie Mogo, Lockie Everett, McHugh Shaw loses it and finds Shalakian, who's got plenty of pace to run, whips it in. Is it going to be kept in here? Looks like it is. That is McCarthy now. Whips it back in, trying to find Najjar. Falls back to Rockdale Ilinden. Here's Najjar. Kicked away, but not 100%, and is going to be a goal kick. Elliott was trying to get another through ball in, but it was just a tad bit too long, and we have a goal kick. Here is Hannigan. Continuing now, SD Raiders. There's Hannigan now, trying to find the new number 9, Yakub Malbasa, who was on the bench last game as well, getting around the same amount of minutes that he will be getting this time around. It's his first year of the club, with formerly of Western Sydney Wanderers, Central Coast Mariners and St George FC, and there will be another substitution now, this time for the red and black, and it looks like it's going to be Ollie Wigan coming off, and it will be Michael Marcevski. Michael Marchevsky is the man to come on for Rockdale Ilinden. And there's Lockie Everett pioneering the midfield. Just a bit about the man that did come on in a second, as SD Raiders have a promising attack here. And it's going to go straight into the hands of Mulgrew. So Marchevsky came on in the 81st minute and rotates between first grade and under 20. So came on in the 81st minute last game. So again, more minutes under his belt for first grade. There is Ascotadis now. Controls the ball beautifully. It's like a magnet to his feet. And there is Constable. Goes out to Speranza. But just offside. Times has run a bit late there. The man that just comes on, Michael Marcevski. Sorry, that was not Michael Marcevski. That was Harry McCarthy. And just a bit of a more of a tussle here between SD Raiders and Rockdale Ilinden. This game is getting feisty. I think the referee just needs to calm the players down, talk to both the captains, and just let them know that, hey, this game just needs to calm down. And there is more of a tussle in the box. We do have both the captains right next to the referee, James Letta and Brandon Shalakin there, talking to Harry McCarthy now, the striker. And he's going to be given a yellow card, Harry McCarthy, for that push. There, and it'll be a foul. It's his first season at the club, previously playing for Manly United. And it has been a very busy night for the referee. Lots of piles of cheese being shown in yellow cards for both sides. And now we have a restart with Michael Figueira. Let's see what can be done here. Hoofed upfield now. Eddie Morgott and Constable jump for that one, but both of them just hit the air. And that's Skotadis. That's Marsevski now. Keeps the ball rolling now, Rockdale Ilinden. Sorry, Michael Marsevski came off on the 81st minute last game. So he did start last game, came on for this one. Get some more minutes under his belt now. That's Lockie Everett. That's a nice 1-2. Couldn't keep the ball. Trying to win it back, but it was just the stubbornness from Constable keeping the ball at his feet. Here's Shalakian. Goes outright to Speranza. And here is McCarthy, but it's Rag to keep the ball. There's Eddie Morgott. They also call Rag Raggy, or the doctor, around the club. So far he doesn't have the medicine to get his side an additional goal. And a handball has been called. It looks like it is going to be a free kick. It is in a promising area for SD Raiders. Let's see what they can muster up here, as we are still sitting at 0-0. I have, for many games that I've commentated that have been 0-0, there has always most certainly been a last minute winner. But we have Sebastian Malfara to take this one now. Been getting some negative attention from the home crowd. I think he's just going to block that out and try and focus on getting this into the back of the net. It is in a promising area. It will be Sebastian Malfara who's ready to deliver this one in. Delivers it in, and it falls straight into the hands of Ronan Mulgrew. Clean sheet count. Could grow after this game if it stays this way. SD Raiders trying to prevent that from happening, but it's Rockdale Ilinden with the ball now. Here's Brendan Shalakian. Goes out wide, there's Speranza. You can just tell that these two have the experience just from the way they control the game and the ball. And we are that close to the airport. We can hear the planes overlooking us. Hopefully they get to see a goal like they did yesterday in the game that I did against Spirit and Olympic with Costa Petranos hat-trick as this plane heads to Canberra from Brisbane. Oh, there's a shot on! And they almost got to see a goal. It was Mudi Najjar. It could have made it double digits in the National Premier League, but it just went over closer to the highway than it did to the back of the net. And it will be SD Raiders to start us off with Figueira. It's a nice switch down to Hannigan, but just couldn't get to the end of it. Here is Giorgio Speranza. That was Letta. And there will be a throw for Speranza. Let's see what they can muster up from this one. Here's Yorgo Speranza. Rockdale Ilinden with a throw in once again. I think Shalakin just jumped over the ball and it went for their throw. That's beautifully won there from Najjar. Another throw is going to be, looks like it's going to be Speranza once again. Let's take this one. That's Shalakin. He's continuing to run. He's got the pace. And it's a free kick the other way for SD Raiders. And a player is on the floor here for SD Raiders. It looks like it's Cooper Hannigan. Some tired muscles and maybe cold muscles too. It is raining, so. But he's back up on his feet. I think he's okay. got some hydrogen oxide in him. H2O. And should be good to go now. Is Figueira now. Hoofed upfield. That was beautifully headed by Kunimoto. That goes back to the other number 4, Kunimoto, and it will go straight to Hannigan. Trying to find Rag. Here is the doctor himself, as what they call him around SD Raiders. And just cleared away there from McCarthy. That was beautifully headed there from Malfara. There's Lega. That's Raggy. There's Kotadis. And just on the verge of getting his feet again, he clears it away. Letta. Here's Speranza. Cleared out. It's the number 9, Malbasa. And it's Eddie Mogo with the pace. Mulgrew just clears that one up. There is Letta now. Here is Hannigan. Continuing going, it's a foot race. It's a battle between him and Elliott. Still going. Feels like he's been fouled plenty of times, Hannigan, but he's still going. And a clip in the back, and it's Rag who commits the foul. Here is Kunimoto. And I think SD Raiders are going to bring in some more reinforcements now to help themselves get a goal. Maybe even 2, maybe even 3. Kunimoto looking for the long ball, but it's Lega who gets there instead. That's Rag. Still going between him and Najjar. That's McGrath. Hannigan trying to find Eddie Morgan, but instead it finds the feet of Marsevsky. And it goes now to Elliott. That was Malfara. Now here's the fridge jet, McHugh Shaw. And we have a substitution now for SD Raiders. And it looks like it's going to be Robert Eremugo who's going to come off. And it will be Mikhail Marcic. A bit about the player coming off and the player coming on for you here. Once I get it. SD Raiders with the substitution and with the ball at the moment. So Robert Edemugo, the man who has come off does actually have a clothing brand, 2X Blessing Collective. So check that one out. Devout Christian with a new song called Amazing God. Go and listen on Spotify. So I think he wants that shout out. So he's got it. He's got 3 goals this season, most notably the last minute equaliser against NSW at the Village Green. And the man that has just come on, Mihail Madjic, loves Luka Modric. A 61st minute substitute last game, and a goal scorer on the 72nd minute last game. So he scored, which was in 11 minutes after he came on, which was his 3rd goal this season. So I think SD Raiders are trying to go for the same directive here. So let's see what will happen here. Here's Speranza. Najades Shalakian now. Using his experience, he gets pushed off the ball there. And it's going to go straight back to Mulgrew. Rockdale Ilinden trying to find something, trying to get that break that's going to put them up. And it is a foul conceded by Jet McHugh Shaw. There's non-stop raining here. If only we could have some non-stop goals. But that has not been the case here. And it's intercepted. It's a foot race. It looks like it's going to go. It's fallen to Mihail Marcic. Here is Hannigan now. Still with the ball. He goes out now. There's Rag. Cleared in. It's a back heel, and it's fallen into the back of the net, and it is a goal for SD Raiders. The substitute himself, Jakub Malbasa, with the flick, makes it 1-0 to SD Raiders, unleashing his inner Alexander Mitrovic there, and he makes it 1-0. He will be saying dobro to that one. It's straight into the back of the net. SD Raiders have found the lead. It is 1-0 here, and SD Raiders will be chuffed with that. They have yet to beat Rockdale Ilinden in the National Premier League's grand stage, and they are now on the footsteps of it. It is a brilliant flick there from number 9 himself, Jakub Malbasa, delivering for him, and that makes it his 6th goal of the season, bringing his power west from Red Star Belgrade, Crvena Zvezda, to the south side of Sydney, and it's Jakub Malbasa there, delivering and making it an absolute all-to-play-for game now, and the intensity, I think, is now going to lift for both sides. That's a brilliant ball there from Marcic to Hannigan. Put in now, it's back into the... And it's caught by the keeper. That was a golden opportunity to double their lead there. It was Martin Fernandez, the substitute. Looks like the coaching maneuvers have paid off because the substitute has stepped up and scored a goal for SD Raiders. I told you when I commentate, it's never a 0-0 game. And we have a 1-0 game so far. And Malbasa, when he scored, he just gave the fans some cheek, him being from Serbia, Macedonia, the former Yugoslavia rivalry. And we have a substitution now for Rockdale Ilinden. We're going to have, looks like a double substitution in Isaac Barnzog and Mathieu Codieu, who is Australian and French, who has also played for the Western Sydney Wanderers. And it looks like Harry McCarthy will be the man to come off, as well as Lachlan Constable. Mathieu Codieu doing his cross, what we like to see, and it will be... I think there is another substitution there for SD Raiders. I will be confirming that one, but so far we continue. And it's correct, it is Thomas Mako. Substitution for ST Raiders. For some reason I had him crossed off, but he's here. He did start last game, so he's on the bench. He was on the bench, now he's on for this one. And a bit about him, formerly of Hills United and Sydney United 58. It is his first season at the club. Loves Bruno Fernandes and has a goal this season in the Australia Cup win over St George City FA. Came off in the 61st minute last game, so he's back in action now. SD Raiders continuing on the ball. See what they can get through. There's Lachlan Everett now, and the rain is picking up now. Looks like we have the under 20s might be playing after this. They are. Looks like there is some warming up going on, but this is the main event. So what everyone's come to see, and so far it's delivered with a goal. I think it's raining heavily today. Even our scaffolding is leaking water, and that's not good for our cameramen. We don't want expensive equipment being broken. Because then how can you guys watch the game from home? And we've got SD Raiders continuing to battle against Rockdale Ilinden, a club with so much history, who are so far being out-goaled by a club who returns to the first flight and bringing UNSW with them. It's turned brilliantly there from Isaac Banzo. It's Rockdale Ilinden trying to find something now. Switched out, trying to find Speranza. He will get there. And it will continue at the back for Rockdale Ilinden. That's Kunimoto. Speranza. And that's the substitute on the ball. Whips it in. Stopped there by SD Raiders, trying to find the goal scorer himself. And who put the ball to his hand. Malbasa. Got confused if he was playing water polo or football there. He's Serbia is good at water polo. And it is SD Raiders with the hoof up. Finding Marcic. SD Raiders do go out wide to the Dr. Rag. That's what they like to call him. Makes the switch, and that's excellently done. But I think he just strayed and timed his run just a little bit late there. And it's Cooper Hannigan making just his run a little too late there. Here's Kunimoto. Kunimoto now. Man who has played in Singapore, Cambodia, and Japan, and now is finally playing here. And it will be an SD Raiders throw. James Letta happy with his side so far. He hasn't let a goal in, so I think he's chuffed so far. Same with the fridge at the back. Jet McHugh Shaw he's kept the milk in the fridge and making sure that it doesn't go past its best before date. And SD Raiders are continuing to show and keep the lead going. But it will be a Rockdale Ilinden throw, and it looks like it will be thrown in quickly, and it does get thrown in quickly. Goes back to Kunimoto, who goes out wide to Speranza, who has been more involved in the second half. There's Speranza, finds Skotadis, tries to go for, I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, but regardless, it wasn't in the back of the net, and it's easily caught there from Figs in the sticks. Comes out now to Charlie Rag. Trying to get the pace, but it's Kunimoto who just said arigato and sayonara for that one. And he continues now here. His country, it was the most visited place by Australians in 2025, Japan. Brendan Shalakian tried to find something, but it's gone straight into the feet of Hannigan, who's trying to find the number 9, Malbasa, who just let everyone know how he felt about that ball there. Here's Rockdale Ilinden continuing now. There is 2 balls on the field, but they will continue playing. Here is Rag now cleared away. They could just use the other ball. That will just kick off. As that ball goes straight into the stands, but it does come back for Rockdale Ilinden. What more could you ask for on a Sunday night? Some National Premier League action, the rain, and goals. And the bustling reminder that Sydney is a bustling city with the plane from Melbourne leaving right behind us. There's Speranza, Shalakian loses the ball, and it's SD Raiders trying to find something, but it's intercepted, but cleared away there from Martin Fernandez. The SD Raiders coach just urging his team to get more organised. This game is not over yet, and Rockdale Ilinden looking to find something here. That was Banzo with the pass. That's Griffiths. Griffiths who goes out wide. There's Banzo now. I wonder if he can play the banjo. It's a good question to ask him. Comes out now. Cleared away from Lockie Everett. Applying his trade now in SD Raiders, the former Sutherland Sharks and Inter Lions man, who did inform me he did have his pre-match meal of a chicken toasted sandwich before the game, which has probably helped his side get that goal or the the protein in his stomach right now. There is Rockdale Ilinden. That's Najad now. Speranza. Banzo. Oh, it's Lockie Everett. He's going to go for it. His favourite player is Steven Gerrard, and Steven Gerrard has scored from there before, but I think he just overcalculated that one, and there is a substitution now for Rockdale Ilinden.
Substitution for Rockdale. Number 19, Dean Jovsevsky.
It'll be Dean Jovsevsky, the man coming on. A man who has been dubbed as a Macedonian wonder kid. He does come on now, Dean Jovsevsky. We will. Oh, it's come out to Speranza, but looks like it's gonna fall into the hands of Viera. SD Raiders starting short now. Fresh out of school, Dean Jovsevsky is in 2025 with Endeavour Sports High School, and he was the Under-20s Golden Boot winner in 2025. Rotates between both first grade and the Under-20s here. He's showing his class there, Kunimoto, escuta this. Now, here is Marsevsky. It's a battle now that is continuing. Here's Ilinden. Rockdale Ilinden, James Scotadis, whipping it in, calls for away, and that was Hannigan, who feels a little bit of discomfort after that, literally putting his body on the line there. And I think the ref's just going to stop play and check on Hannigan. Here comes the physio in his hoodie, with a jacket that literally says physio on it. Not long to go here now. If you are just joining us, SD Raiders did score in the second half, thanks to a strike from Jakub Malbasa. Another flick into the back of the net, like we saw similarly with Costa Petranos yesterday when he got his hat-trick, which I had the pleasure of calling yesterday. Jakub Malbasa making it 1-0 to SD Raiders. Hoping that Hannigan is okay for the sake of SD Raiders and just for the sake of himself. Injuries are tough in this game, and sometimes it can change the whole trajectory of a player's career. So we hope that it was just a clashing of the legs and he is okay. But I think they are going to take precautionary methods. But we do have 5 minutes of stoppage time added on. 5 minutes left for SD Raiders to secure the 3 points and make history and defeat Rockdale Ilinden for the first time in the NPL New South Wales Men's 1 League. Hannigan does limp off, and I think that they are just going to give the ball back to Figueira, and they will restart. And that is exactly what has been done. I think Hannigan, I don't know if he's going to decide to run it out for the next 5 minutes, or if SD Raiders will. They are down to 10 at the moment, but Hannigan is back on. I think what he needs is a nice, warm shower after the game. I think I do too, to be honest. And here we go now. Rockdale Ilinden trying to get themselves a late goal that will give the sharing of the points. Here is Kunimoto out wide to Speranza. Calls for out, waved away. Speranza to take the throw. Goes to Brendan Shalakian. Controlled that, but is a foul. Shalakian, once again, not happy with that call that he has been gone his way, against him, sorry. And that was Thomas Mako who went onto the ground. You could probably hear him from the apartments in Rockdale. That's how loud that scream was. Here is Figueira now. Let's see what they could produce. Potentially even a second goal. I think SD Raiders will be chuffed so far. Hoofed upfield now. Not long to go here at Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. That is Kunimoto. Oh, and it's through on goal, but it's a last-ditch minute attempt. And a clear Rockdale Ilinden wanted the last-minute penalty, and it was Najjar who was tackled last minute, and that's absolutely brilliant defending to make sure that the points come away with them back to Ernie Smith Reserve in Moorbank, sorry. And here is Brendan Shalakian continuing to fight for his side. And it will be a throw. Speranza just trying to get that Jogo Bonito, trying to get it quickly in. Here's Kunimoto. Headed away from Lega. Leta. And it will be a corner kick. We have seen deadly corners coming in the last minute in plenty of football matches. Can this be the one? Can this be the goal that sets the difference between a 3 points and a 1 point? The difference between glee and despair as Brendan Shalakian whips it in. Headed away. It's Skotadis, and the high foot has been called. Skotadis not happy with that one. And it looks like there is a scuffle going on in the middle of the park as well. This game has been fiery since it started. And the referee needs to just calm things down. The game is about to finish. I think everyone wants to come home with all their joints in place as well. And a yellow card has been given to Rio Kunimoto. Plenty of yellow cards have been dished. It's Lockie Everett on the floor this time. I think he's the one that copped the high foot, but he's up on his feet, which is good to see. I think it's the chicken sandwich in him that gives him that extra lift to get himself back up. And it will be Figueira now. They will have to definitely add on, so we've got a bit more time now since that incident. National Premier League football, what else can we say? The heart of Australian football. right here at Rockdale Ilinden. In the midst of all the construction and the business of the West Botany Street, tucked away is this beautiful little ground called Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. On a hot day, this place could be scorching like an oven, and on a cold day, it could be just like this. Perfectly moderate weather. But now, SD Raiders are pushing and pushing to get the all-good 3 points. Here's Brendan Chalakian now. Hoofed up. It is the switch, but it's Hannigan to clear that one away with his head. And now headed by Letta, who likes to make some sound effects when he heads the ball, which is different. But hey, whatever works, as they say. And it goes out now. Here's Kunimoto. Trying to find something now. Here's Isaac Banzo. And that is Griffiths. Goes out wide. Whipped in. Urges for away. Being caught as a desperate last-minute ditch effort is cleared away. And it is L 3 points here for SD Raiders, who come away with the win. It was a little flick into the back of the net that made all the difference here in a fiery match here. There was plenty of water, but there was also plenty of fire. As full-time here at Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre, it is Rockdale Ilinden 0. And for the first time ever in National Premier Leagues, for their first victory against Rockdale Ilinden, SD Raiders won. The all 3 points will go away to the green and the white of SD Raiders. Much and the despair of Rockdale Ilinden has been shown here as full-time here. It is Rockdale Ilinden 0, SD Raiders 1. I have been Christos Mavromastakis and was pleased to bring you this game. Have an awesome week ahead with hopefully plenty of World Cup watching. Goodbye for now and catch you all later. Have a great night.